My wife likes to make record of odometer mileages and fill-up costs whenever she stops to put fuel in her vehicle. Keeping these records is very common and helps to give understanding into how often a vehicle needs to be filled up and its actual fuel efficiency. Knowing that not only makes it easier to budget the upkeep cost for a vehicle, but it can also provide insight into potential maintenance that might need to be done. These logs can be very helpful, however they can sometimes be very inconvenient to maintain. Imagine driving a car with a glove box full of receipts or stopping at a gas station to fill up only to realize that you don't have a pen or paper. Introducing AutoLogs. AutoLogs is an application that solves this problem by allowing you to keep track of vehicle logs on your phone. No more pen and paper, log in from any phone and have your details right there. AutoLogs is a very simple application that purposely focuses on a few key features so that users can create their vehicle records and get back to the road as quickly as possible. First, a user should be able to sign up for the service and log into the application. Once a user is signed in, they should be able to register a list of vehicles that they want to keep logs for. After registering a vehicle, a user should be able to create logs anytime they stop to get gas. And of course, a history of logs is only meaningful if we can glean some kind of information from them, so a user should also be able to see some reports and basic stats for each vehicle based on the logs that they create. Now that we have an idea of what AutoLogs is, let's take a look at the actual application in action. The first thing you'll see as we open up the application here is the login screen. Because we want your information to be specific to you and private, we ask you to log in with your email and password. Of course, if you don't have a login yet, you can go ahead and sign up by clicking on the sign up button down below. Here we'll see a pretty typical registration form that collects some basic information from you. It gets things like your first name, your last name, your email address, and it also allows you to set a password so that you can just log in the next time you visit the application. Let's watch as our friend Donald Duck signs up to use the AutoLogs application. At this point, he's got his first name, his last name, his email address, and he's typing in his passwords. As you can see, there was a mismatch between his password and his password confirmations. Now Donald Duck knows to go back and fix the information in the form so that he can sign up successfully. After he fixes his registration, he's successfully signed up and automatically logged in. The screen that you see now is the log screen. It's the main screen of the app and it's the first thing you'll see if you're already logged in. This screen will contain basic information about all of the logs that you've created up to this point. Since we've only just created our account, we don't actually have any logs to see here yet. We also can't create any logs yet because we haven't registered any vehicles. Before we create a vehicle, let's take a brief look in our navigation drawer. Here we'll see a couple of links to the main pieces of functionality within our application. First, we have My Logs. This will take you to a list of all of the logs that you have created. Then we have My Vehicles. This will take us to a list of all of the vehicles that we have registered, as well as display some basic information about them. Reports is obviously where we can see reports and basic statistical breakdowns of each vehicle based upon the logs that we have created. There's also a logout button located here for your convenience. Let's go ahead and take a look at My Vehicles. It's obvious very quickly that we don't have any vehicles registered to the app yet. In order to register a new vehicle, we can click on the plus icon in the bottom right hand corner. Doing so will bring up a form for registering a new vehicle. This form will collect some information like the year, make, and model of a vehicle. Let's watch Donald Duck register a vehicle so that he can create logs for it. There are some optional fields here, so for the sake of time, Donald Duck will leave those blank. When he's done filling out the basic registration information, we'll click the save icon. As you can see, this will register the vehicle and display a quick overview of the logs that you have created for it. With a vehicle created, we can finally create some logs. To do so, we'll head back to the log screen and click the plus button that should now be available. Here we can finally create logs for our vehicles. These logs will be registered to a vehicle and contain information like odometer miles, fill-up amount, fill-up cost, location, and note. If there are multiple vehicles registered, you can select which vehicle to create the log for. Let's watch as Donald Duck creates some logs. Once the log is created, it will then be added to the list and displayed along with the vehicle it belongs to and some basic information about the log. Of course, this application is most useful when there are multiple logs, so let's go ahead and create a couple more logs. There, that should do the trick. Now that we have a few logs created for our vehicle, let's take a second and look at the reports. We can immediately get some at-a-glance data for Donald Duck's 2006 Nissan Sentra. Average fill-up cost is $28.03. The average fill-up amount is 9.82 gallons. And the average fuel efficiency is 30.46 miles to the gallon. What a handy-dandy application. At this point, you can either close the app and get back on the road, or you can look at your list of logs again. Once you're done with all of the things you need to accomplish, you can go ahead and log out if you choose to. However, if you don't log out, you'll be automatically signed in the next time you open the app. We hope that AutoLogs will save you some time for many miles to come. Thank you.